Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and all other things you want to celebrate. I hope you have fun. Before we get to our Christmas special, Angels, I just want to give a little disclaimer. We treat Christianity very tongue-in-cheek in this episode. Sometimes we take angels and Christianity seriously just for the sake of discussion, playing with the ideas as if they were real. Sometimes we make jokes about it and rib it a bit just because most of us are agnostics or atheists and don't actually believe in it. We had fun with this topic, just exploring a mythology and the creatures within, so I hope you have fun with it too. Don't take our discussions on angels too seriously. This is supposed to be a fun episode about these strange mythical creatures. Enjoy, and ho 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 as usual.
Warning, this podcast contains violence, sexuality, gore, and other horrible and disturbing things. Viewer discretion is advised. Also, be aware that the hosts of this venture are ignorant dipshits, so do not take anything they say as fact. And enjoy the show.
Now, are you sitting comfortably? Good. Then we'll begin.
Today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be.
The atoms in your left hand probably came from a different star than your right hand.
It is our basic human right to be fuck on.
A second plane now has crashed into the other tower of the World Trade Center.
Putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay.
The defendant shall be incarcerated for the rest of her natural life with no possibility of parole.
You are not machines. You are not cattle. You are men.
We were somewhere around Barstow, on the edge of the desert, when the drugs began to take hold.
Alrighty, so, hello and welcome to Occulte Veritatis once again. I am Ood Gallifrey, and in studio with me,
Sage Mary,
Leon Filger,
Richard Bigley,
the Soundboard Demon,
and guesting on this episode,
Henry Chapman,
Geo the Void.
So, the Creator himself is so powerful and glorious that he cannot be approached by human beings in person. Mortal men are driven mad by the voice of God, and the raw brightness of his love will make your face melt like a Nazi on Raiders of the Lost Ark. So, God had to create angels to bridge the huge gap between his unbearable holiness and love and the people of Earth that he wants to interact with. So, angels were made immortal, arguably possessing free will, and powerful, and they were made to carry out the will of God in awkward ways. What did he create? Do you think angels look like naked toddlers with wings? What job did Satan have before he left heaven for hotter pastures? Was Ezekiel high on fucking mushrooms? Join us today as we count down the 10 levels of angels in Christian theology from weakest to strongest, today on OVPOD. But first, a poison.
So, what's your poison?
Is God so powerful? That seems weird that he's like all powerful, but he still can't like interact with humans. Like some all powerful God you are when you.
Yeah, it's kind of that like. Can God make a stone so heavy he can't pick it up?
Exactly.
Like, if he's so powerful, can he make himself like less melty to humans? Yeah. So manna from heaven, in some interpretations, is theorized to be milk, primarily breast milk, human breast milk. But that was hard to get on a short-term basis. We're having the second best milk, which is cat milk.
It's true. Cat milk from your local Walmart.
Yeah.
This is going to give me the shits, isn't it?
So this is milk from, designed for cats, because the lactose in milk is actually not good for cats. I guess it gives them the tummy rumbles. So this milk is low on lactose and more tolerant to cat bodies. And we have a little carton, like juice pack carton-like thing each of this cat milk.
Each of you get half a container of cat milk, so you can pour that into your cup.
Well, I'm gonna pass him out, give him a good read. Feel free to say no. And take as much as you want. We'll open them one at a time, and the cats are also gonna join us.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we should open one and then give a taste test, and then if anybody wants any more.
Well, it comes with a feeding guide. That's good. I usually require one of those. It's just like baby formula, I think, kind of thing.
Like calf's milk before, and that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, there's goat milk seems kind of gross, but that's just because I never grew up in an area where goat milk was normalized. I mean, people in other areas of the earth might think that cow milk's kind of gross.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I think cow milk's kind of gross.
Yeah, I think cow milk's kind of gross.
Makes me wonder what the first person to do cow's milk was thinking.
They were very, very thirsty.
You gotta be very thirsty, eh? You're just like, I wonder.
Those pendulous things, they gotta have something in them.
Something delicious.
Oh yeah, the PSA is essentially, your cats can't drink cow milk. It is not good for them. It will make them very ill if you do it too long. It does not have the nutrients they need, and the lactose in it will actually make them sick. Don't feed your cats cow milk. Go to Walmart and buy cat milk, if you're so inclined.
Which is this? It isn't milk from cats. It's milk made for cats.
So the fun thing is that the first ingredient just says milk. Now, normally I would assume that means that it is cow milk that has had all the lactose pulled out, lactase put in, yada yada. But I'm gonna assume it's cat milk.
Sage, are you trying this?
I'm putting a little bit on my tongue after I googled it. It's not actually cat milk.
Oh, who wants to describe the color of the cat milk?
It looks like milkshake.
Oh, I wish I hadn't seen it.
It's kind of horrifying. It's like if you let your iced coffee melt.
I kind of like the way it smells.
Yeah, it smells a little bit like muffins, which is weird.
Henry's found his new fetish.
I don't know why it smells like muffins. Maybe I'm about to have
My
brain
prediction
damage.
is that this is going to be delicious. It smells really good.
Maybe this is the grand secret they've been holding.
Smells like melted ice cream.
Yeah.
And it almost
it smells like baby formula.
Okay.
Oh, that's awful.
Oh,
that's awful.
Okay, here we go.
Don't do it.
Oh, it's not that bad.
That's not that bad.
Oh.
Actually,
I kind of like it.
That's sort of good. Son of a bitch, it's sort of good.
Cereal milk from Shreddies.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Yeah.
Well, what's the tang? What's the tang?
What? There's no tang.
Oh, I hate it.
This tastes like something.
I'm so
I
glad.
think it's because
Like
it's
a
from I'm using the same glass I used for the Malo beer, so that's really what I'm getting a hint of on that. So.
I agree that it tastes like the cereal milk that you drink after Shreddies.
This tastes like a product that I've tasted, which is probably like designed for humans.
It kind of tastes like Ensure.
Yeah.
Like a meal
I
replacement.
mean, like I wouldn't go out of my way to eat it, but
yeah,
it's fine.
It's much better than goat milk.
In the apocalypse, if that's all you have in your storage room, I guess.
I'll be just fine.
it's like it also tastes a little bit, not exactly a little bit like those like Score chocolate milks.
Oh, and here's pudding. Yep,
That's so
cat
cute.
drinking milk. There's a tiny tongue going.
Yeah, guest 3 and guest 4 have to share a mic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, here's zucchinis tasting.
Here comes zucchini.
She's eating so loud.
Should I back away?
No, I like it.
No, this is weird cat ASMR. We're all for it.
Actually, you gotta try a little bit.
And the dog. Definitely a dog.
Zucchini, you're gonna zucchini. Hey,
Zucchini is the very fussy cat of the household that wants to smell inspect all the food but will only eat 1% of it.
Did you all hear that little purr from the pudding?
It was. Oh.
Fun fact: demons love cats because
Yeah.
cats are demons.
Yeah.
So are we like the only podcast that has cats as guests?
Almost certainly not. You know, there's one person making a podcast for 4 people, and it includes her and her 14 cats.
Yeah.
It's called the Sniff Report.
Yeah, it took her a while to get it going,
This
buying that
week-
many mics off the hop.
This week it's cat piss. Tune in next week to see what the smell will be. Next week it's also cat piss. Fun fact. Oh yeah, that's a kitty.
Yeah.
Oh.
We now have 3 small animals
That's
that have
what's
licked
fun.
it. Very good.
I think that's full marks from each of the animals.
Yeah, so the rating from the animals is definitely good because they just ate it, didn't complain. Thank you.
There we go.
Ratings?
I hated it.
I hated it too.
I hate myself for having tried it.
I hate Sage for having tried it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say like one in my books has no redeemable qualities whatsoever. This wasn't wholly offensive. This was a lot offensive. I wouldn't choose it as a beverage, but it reminded me of some things I like. So I'm gonna give it a 2.
No, I don't think I would ever go out of my way to buy it, so that's my rating. Still better than dill pickle vodka, though.
Oh, shit. Man, I'm really high right now, so
Henry?
It might also be because I'm really high, but that's like 6 out of 10.
I was going to say 6 out of 10.
It wasn't bad.
It's kind of caramelly. It kind of tastes like Shreddies. Like,
I thought it was pretty good.
I might have a little more, honestly.
I was going to rate it higher, but then everyone else rated it so low. I was like, no, I can't.
So it's really a 7 or an 8
Yeah,
to
I was
you?
gonna
Is
go
that
7.
You're gonna go 7? Okay,
Yeah.
we peer pressured him down on his rating.
Okay, also I'm on the second page of Google search for is Whiskas cat milk made of real cat milk? And it never explicitly says it isn't.
Right? If you read the ingredient list, the first ingredient just says
Well, and like on all of them, it's like it's specially formulated. With it doesn't say what kind of milk, even when the question is literally, is Whiskas cat milk real cat milk?
Well, see, there's a bottleneck because you can only hire people with the tiniest of hands to milk the cats.
Well, that's it. Is I'm
So
thinking of
there's
like
only so many to milk.
industrial cat milking machine,
Oh, no.
like massive like lineup of cats, in
barns.
stalls and barns,
They're just pumping in nip fumes to keep
these
them
are
going.
our cat milk cats,
See, it even says on their thing, where'd it go? I just lost it. Oh my god. Whiskas cat milk is an easy-to-digest alternative developed by top nutritionists, which contains much less lactose than cow's milk.
Yeah. It never explicitly says anywhere on the internet that it is not milk from cats.
And of course it's a nutritionist. Like, consult a dietitian. Nutritionist. What the fuck is that?
Do you believe in angels?
I believe in Islam, and part of that belief is to believe in angels. So,
I'm just not a religious person, and I associate angels with a religious institution.
I guess just no real proof, I guess, or scientific proof.
I know that they're real in the Bible, and I believe in that, so.
Kind of from Louisiana, so you believe in that, like voodoo kind of spiritual kind of thing, so yeah.
So do you believe in angels?
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes. Yes.
No.
Well, I'm a Christian, so that's the reason why I believe.
Angels? What is angels? Angels?
Do you believe in angels?
No.
Nope.
Nope. I've never seen them.
I guess I could feel like it may be a presence of angels, something around me. Maybe not angels, but something, a higher power around me before I felt that. So.
Yeah, maybe sometimes.
Okay.
No, I've never seen an angel.
No.
Have you seen an angel?
No.
Never seen an angel.
I've never seen an angel. But I mean, like, I believe in like guardian angels, like they follow
Right.
you around. Yeah.
That's it.
But no.
Do I believe in angels? Yes.
Yes. What about him?
Yes.
Do you believe in angels?
Well, because I believe in the Lord, yes, and I believe that there's angels, because he said, Troy, where you at? Right here. Yeah, right here. Do you believe in angels? Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I think they. Yep.
I'm going to go with no.
Yes, I do actually. I do.
Angels?
Angels.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I've never seen one, but I guess you could say that.
Do you believe in God? Or you believe in angels?
Angels? Angels. I don't know, that's one's up in the air a little bit.
Like, say no.
I don't know.
For the most part.
I would say I believe in something, but I don't know about angels.
Well, I'm a Christian, and so I believe the Bible says there's angels, and so I believe there's angels.
Yes, I believe I have a guardian angel, matter of fact.
Angels. Oh.
Yeah.
I have no obligation to stick to what some dusty old Romans decided what was in the Bible or not, so I'm going to be going outside of the Bible to some other historical sources to form my idea of what these angels are. I'm going to go to the Apocrypha. I'm going to talk about some stuff that Thomas Aquinas and some other philosophers said, so we're going to try and get a good view of just what Christian theology's idea of angels is from a bunch of different sources, including the Bible, but not only the Bible. So we're going to start at the weakest angel, and this one's kind of a cop-out, but I'm going to count it. These are the third class of angels. They work outside of heaven, and they interact most directly with humans. These are the working class angels. So the first one is humans. People might ask, why do angels look like people? Angels don't look like people. People look like God because we were made in God's image in Christian theology. So angels really look like God because we look like God. Humans are special because we're a mirror of God's image and we're able to contain a soul. We warrant a guardian angel each, which I'll go into in a bit, so apparently we're important enough to protect about that. And humans, according to some interpretations, have the capacity to become angels. So we can consider the lowest tier of angels to be us as we exist now, as meat bags on Earth. We're kind of like angel eggs.
Cool.
And that brings up some questions. Are all angels former humans? Well, angels predate Adam and Eve fucking. So they existed before humans. So does that mean that they were once humans that lived lives before Adam and Eve? Maybe. Like, if time doesn't exist in heaven, if it's like some weird thing where there is no linear time in heaven, that means that all the angels, even the ones that came before Adam and Eve, could have came from some human at some time somewhere. Nobody knows. And there's other suggestions that angels are the special creation that aren't former humans. So they could be like some cosmic being that's like alien to us that just happens to look like us, or they could all be former humans. I really don't know. But I'm going to consider humans to be like the first class of angels.
It is revealed in the first chapter of Genesis. God created man in his own image. Male and female, he created them. The scriptures suggest that we bear a spark of the divine, ignited within us at the moment of conception. So what does it mean to be made in the image of God? For 3 millennia, theologians and philosophers have pondered this question and arrived at least a partial explanation. In some mysterious way, human beings, men, women, and children of every race and ethnicity, resemble the creator of the universe, qualities mental, moral, and spiritual that reflect God's glory and set us apart from any other living organism. We are creatures self-aware and capable of profound personal expression. We are creative and rational. We enjoy free will and the ability to make choices. We seek relationships based upon commitment and love. And we have souls that will endure forever.
The second are common angels. So most often when the Bible describes an angel, this is the ones they're talking about. They're described as having unearthly beauty. They are both angelic, and they both have their angelic and beautiful winged form with white robes, and they can also appear like plain old greasy, pimpled-skinned humans. And apparently they blend in quite well. There's some suggestions that they can live among us. I don't know, like to pop into action just in case. I don't know, it seems like the movie Constantine to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever gotten any vibes from somebody that might be an angel?
I
know most of us are agnostics here, and like some of us are atheists here and all that.
Okay, I was going to say, don't call me agnostic.
Yeah.
I like to think I would know if an angel has touched my life.
And apparently they're here to, like, do some biblical stuff. They morally test people, like, I forget the fable, but when there's somebody lying in the road and, like, they're asking for help and they see if people help them, apparently these angels, like, test people like that.
One day, a Jewish man was walking on the road to the city of Jericho. Thieves robbed and beat him. They left the man on the road, almost dead. Soon, a Jewish priest came by and saw the man. The priest walked by on the other side of the road. He did not help the man. Another Jewish man who worked in the temple came by. He saw the injured man, but he did not help the man either and walked by on the other side of the road. Then a Samaritan man came along. The Jews and the Samaritans did not get along. But when the Samaritan saw the man, he felt sorry for him. He took care of the man's wounds and put clothes on him. The Samaritan took the man to an inn and cared for him until the next day. When the Samaritan had to leave, he gave money to the innkeeper and told him to take care of the man.
They're often sent on small missions around the material realm. There's a man named Jacob in the Bible that observed a ladder, and it said that these common angels will climb a ladder up into heaven and back down the ladder on the other side to, like, go in and out of heaven to go to work on earth.
And you know what sucks about Jacob's ladder?
What's that?
Is that some dumbass decided to turn it into an actual fitness machine that you can play on at the gym.
Oh, really?
It's a fucking rope ladder that just goes like a fucking treadmill. You climb it forever and you never get to the top.
Nice.
Also, like...
So it's like one of those cloth hand washing dealies
Exactly like
in
that,
like
yeah.
gas station bathrooms where you just keep pulling more on the cloth and it just feeds it back up. Okay.
We can just go to the gas station for a free workout.
There you go.
You're going to be mad when you occupy the bathroom for that long, though.
What happens if you, like, fail the test, though? Like, is it not, like, trauma informed where, like, one time, like, you got mugged or, like, almost killed and this is, like, so now you just won't help that person because, like, you can't?
Well, like, I'm not even sure. There's a certain class of angels we'll talk about later on that are literally called judges. And they, like, they actually, like, preside over areas of Earth. So there could be, like, a moral judge angel of Saskatoon. And, like, every time somebody fails a moral test, he's like, I wonder if I'll forgive or if I will sentence to hell and all that. Like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're, like, super hard up or if they can be, like, reasoned with.
I just imagine my angel being like, I'll be like, Lord, why do you give me your most difficult challenges? And, like, my angel's like, fuck, it's just send an email.
Yeah.
You just have to call them. You just have to speak to another human for 2.5 minutes on a phone. Lord, you asked too much of me. I don't know. Also, the Jacob's ladder thing, that seems really inefficient. We know that heaven isn't in the clouds because we've been there. We know heaven isn't in space because we've been there. So how tall is this ladder, and how long does it take an angel to climb up and down a ladder that high? Yeah, he fell asleep on a hill or something. I forget the exact scenario, and he just saw angels going up and down this ladder, like commuting to work on Earth.
On a ladder.
Yeah, you'd think with the whole wings thing that they wouldn't have to use the ladder, but fun fact about angels, most of them are kind of dumbasses.
Yeah.
They really into authority.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and these are the working...
Don't kink shame.
They can lick God's boot, I don't care.
I mean, I've had dreams like that. So, like, if you fell asleep and saw these angels, I've had kind of fucky dreams. And if you do a bunch of drugs, you can have really fucky dreams.
Oh, fuck you.
But have you seen angels then? Because, like, if you go, like, 3 days without sleep, the shadow people show up. Especially with, like, substance use, like, this some more than others, but, like, 3 days without sleep, and there's consensus.
Actually, that's a good segue into the next thing, because, like, something similar happens to a prophet, actually a servant of a prophet in the Bible. So he wasn't scared, but his servants were. An approaching army accosting him and his servants, and so he blessed his servant's eyes, and it said that the servant opened his eyes, and as far as the eye could see, they were surrounded by angels of the Lord. As far as the eye can see, and chariots, and invisible chariots everywhere. He said that there was an army like thousands deep, surrounding them and protecting them from this army that was approaching them. So apparently, like, sometimes thousands of angels, of these common angels, can be assigned to one person. In the Bible, it also says that every person has a guardian angel, which, like, it seems like a lot of angels. And, like, you would assume that since these are the lowest tier of angels, that they aren't powerful, but some of them are pretty powerful. Probably all of them are pretty powerful, because there was a place in the Bible where this man named Lot was trying to escape town, and everybody in town was trying to attack him on the way out. And one of the very common angels that accompanied him just thought about making everybody in town blind, and then everybody in town was permanently blind after that. Yeah. And that's just one of the common angels, and apparently every one of us has one that just follows us around. Apparently they aren't allowed to fuck with human life too much. They can't influence our destiny too much, so that's why we can't ask our angel to blind towns worth of people anymore.
You can always ask. The worst they say is no. Sometimes they say yes.
It's true.
Fun fact, us down here, we say yes a lot more. Especially if it's funny.
Are you advocating for people getting their angel traded out for a guardian demon?
Look, I'm just saying, get a guardian angel, you have to be, like, righteous and upstanding and, like, a good person. But if you want a guardian devil, you literally just need to kill someone, spill some innocent blood, or just, like, throw some ketchup on the floor. We're not that picky, honestly.
Why would you not accept Stolas into your heart?
Yeah, Stolas is a good guy.
Yeah.
He's like the director of my department.
Oh, that's why when we used his words and his summoning ritual, that's why you showed up.
Yeah. Well, you called him and put me up here.
I thought I heard a grumpy owl on the phone. That makes sense.
Yeah, people make fun of him for his legs all the time because they're like super long. I mean, I think he's cute.
So, third kind of angel, and the third most powerful angel as we're going up. So the Principalities are next, and you can call them princes as well. These ones rule over different areas of the earth. They can also rule over things like churches or towns or entire countries. So there could be some buildings in town here that have their own, like, prince angel. They can also rule over institutions or concepts. So there may be a prince angel of communism, or a prince angel of the Catholic Church, or a prince angel of NASA, but probably not that last one. There are apparently angels of inspiration, so if a scientist has a breakthrough and an artist is motivated to create, or a person wants to learn something new, it's mostly due to one of these principality angels.
So like a muse sort of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you watch Dogma, what's her face, the muse angel, is a
Salma
principality.
Hayek.
Yeah, Salma Hayek, the angel. Yeah. Well, which I never like that kind of thing exists, because it takes so much agency away from humanity. Like, it reminds me of the Pyramids episode, where it's like, oh, humans couldn't have built that, must have been aliens. It's like, oh, well, human scientists can't have breakthroughs, must have been an angel, you know?
Her name's Serendipity, by the way.
I'm confused. I'm amused, stupid. I can't take much more of this. So you what? Inspire people? I used to specialize in entertainment. For example, I'm responsible for 19 of the 20 top grossing films of all time. 19? Yeah, the one about the kid by himself in his house, burglars trying to come in and he fights them off. I had nothing to do with that one. Somebody sold their soul to Satan to get the grosses up on that piece of shit.
That was a good show, a good cartoon show.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone remember?
What?
There's a Serendipity cartoon?
Yeah, Serendipity was like a sea creature, and I was like obsessed with it.
I thought you meant Dogma was a cartoon. I'm like, I don't think it is. But
No,
I
don't remember any Dogma cartoon.
No, the Serendipity cartoon.
I want to see the shit demon on a cartoon.
Fuck you. I totally recognize this.
Yeah.
I don't know if I recognize it from a meme or if I saw it, like, when I was younger.
Serendipity, the pink dragon.
Also, it's weird how memories in the brain connect, because now I have Denver the Last Dinosaur stuck in my head.
Oh, no.
It's apparently in 1980.
He's our friend and a whole lot more.
I definitely thought you were going to say he's my friend and a big old whore.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't spill the fucking cat milk.
Apparently it's an anime, by the way.
Cat milk?
Puyato no Nakima Taichi Serendipity Stories, Friends of Pure Island.
Yeah.
You can tell by the giant eyes. So the next one up is Archangels. Archangels are weird because I'm not sure if there's 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 7 of them.
That's a wide array.
It's because the Bible is never explicit. Michael is the only confirmed, like, in biblical scripture, archangel. He's known to be combative with the devil himself, like in Revelations, when the final battle between heaven and hell commences. He's the dude that's assigned to fight the devil himself. Oh yeah, there he is.
Does he have like nipples in his armor?
Yeah,
what of
he has
it?
nipple armor.
Okay, he has nipple
This
armor.
is based off of the Romans, obviously, because he's holding gladius and wearing Roman everything. But also, it's a $16 print from Patty K. Hall that has quality to it.
It just looks like he's in the middle of like bobbing his head to a beat. Like he's just in that middle sway portion.
Might have a bit of a hunchback, but that's all.
Listening to a Hathaway, I think.
I really hope this.
What is love?
I really. If you're listening, Patty K. Hall, I'm sorry we're shitting on your picture.
Michael is the person. I guess Michael is the angel that is assigned to have a fight with Satan at the end of time.
Stop fight.
And apparently, Satan also
Tickle fight.
controls a third of the angels from heaven. We already heard how numerous angels are, where like one of the prophet's servants, his eyes were uncovered and they were just surrounded by thousands of angels as far as the eye can see. There's parts of the Bible that say that there's a angel on every blade of grass, and there's, if you interpret it in some ways, there could be billions or trillions of angels about, and apparently Satan controls a third of them, and Michael the Archangel is powerful enough to put a third of them away. There could be a second angel. In a passage in Revelation, it implies that both Michael and the angel Gabriel the messenger, who told Mary that she was preggo with God's seed, were of equal authority.
Granite.
Do. There's another passage in Revelations that depicts 7 angels surrounding the throne of Christ, one of them being Michael, and it implies that they're all on the same levels. There may be 7 archangels. In the Apocryphon, there's a third possible archangel that is named Uriel, literally translating as the light of God. So he could be like literally the lamp of God, like when we talk about God being too bright to look at and it melts human faces if he looks at them. It could be this angel around God. In the book of Tobit, another rejected book by the modern Bibles, it mentions a 4th named archangel, Raphael, who is said to be the angel of John 5:1-4, who basically made a pool near Jerusalem, a healing pool, so he's able to make water into healing water. Yeah, so that's why there may be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 7 archangels. Really, Michael's the only one that's confirmed to be an archangel, but if you start to go into other parts, there may be as many as 7. So that's the last of like the working class angels.
I don't know. I heard that Raphael was cool but rude, and Michelangelo was a party dude.
Yeah. But they all like pizza out here.
It is really the food of the gods.
Yeah. No mention of a rat angel, but maybe somewhere. Yeah, so we have all the members of the working class angels, the angels that mostly do work on Earth here. We talked about humans, we talked about common angels, we talked about principalities or princes, and we talked about archangels. Now we're going to talk about the second class of angels. These guys are angel managers and specialists. They do a lot of their work in heaven and sometimes on Earth. And the first one we'll talk about is the powers, also called the authorities. The 5th most powerful angel. They hold the land in no man's land between heaven and earth where demons live. They escort souls from earth to heaven. These are guardians of the earth, and they apparently hold the line between heaven and hell. So where earth ends and heaven begins, and hell begins and heaven ends, they hold the borders between all of that. They also give power to human leaders and people to fight demonic temptation. So if you see a person out there that you want to fuck outside the sanctity of marriage, these are the angels that will try their damnedest to empower you to resist the temptation.
Yeah, they're a bunch of narcs like that. Every time one of us demons wants to leave without permission, it's just like, do you have your paperwork? And like, no, we don't have paperwork.
Yeah.
And they're like, you have to go back into the pits of hell. And twits.
Cock block angels.
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
Think of the powers like angel border crossing who will also try to cock block you.
So it's like angel ice.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Angel
Okay.
Ice, and Ice also doesn't want you to get laid.
But technically a lot less corruption, but also so much less interesting.
And also, even if you don't fall for temptation, if you're going to heaven or hell or whatever, you're probably still going to interact with these guys because they hold all the borders. So when anybody crosses a border, be it a human spirit or a demonic spirit or whatever, they're the ones that escort it. So if you die and go to heaven or go to hell, you're probably going to have one of these powers, one of these border guard angels, accompany you across the line.
Do we know how many there are?
I'm not sure. There's enough to guard the borders of heaven and hell. It's kind of like your flat Earth question. Like, how big is heaven, and like, how long of a border is it, and how many angels do you need per square mile of border?
And how many angels can fit on the head of a pin?
That sounds like an interesting show premise. Is like angels guarding the border. You know,
I'd watch that sitcom.
Sitcom. I don't know. Maybe an action film.
Yeah, like Seth Green and Danny DeVito or the border crossing angels. I'd watch that.
Oh, that's a good combo.
That'd be pretty good. I'd go for that.
Seth Green, I know you're on our Patreon, but please make that one happen. Thanks.
Yes.
And Mr. Danny DeVito, please become our new Patreon god or goddess. We would probably supplant Val for you.
Yes. I know you slum it on small channels on TikTok sometimes. Slum it with us. Next are the virtues, also known as the strongholds or the shining ones. They have white lilies to represent the purity of God in one hand and red roses in another to represent the blood sacrifice of Jesus to humanity. They're humanoid with one pair of wings. They apparently give people valor and faith, and they touch people at their darkest moments, supposedly. I don't know where mine has been. Where are you?
What?
Touch me in my darkest moments and places.
Yes.
Angelic Daddy.
Yes.
Is that where humanity gets it from?
Apparently, when you're just in your darkest, when you're in your darkest moments, and you're just like, there's nothing I want to do. There's nothing gonna make me happy. Oh, maybe I can play some Stardew. Apparently, that's a virtue, being like Stardew it. Like,
Okay.
yeah. They perform. They're kind of druidic in vibe. They have dominion over nature rather than people, so they can't. I mean, they probably could control people directly, but they more control natural elements and animals and weather and stuff like that. They make miracles happen on Earth, so if your cancer is cured, it's not because of the medicine the doctors are giving you, it's because of one of these virtues. Because we all know against the glory of God, doctors don't stand to flame. Yeah. Right?
It's true.
We all agree on that?
Yep.
That's true. Doctors are pretty much just Nurgle cucks, so...
Yeah. That's one part I don't like about like this angelology, because they have so many angels covering inspiration and knowledge and like all these things. It's like they take away all human struggles, and it's just angels like puppeting us about. And I don't know, it takes a lot of agency away from us.
Right, because that's not how it actually is.
Laugh, laugh, laugh. So they help pop artists win their third Grammy. They help people cure cancer. They're healers, blessers, guiders, and saviors, and they're led by an angel named Raphael, apparently. Next up are the Dominions. They manage and dominate over angel classes underneath them. That's literally their job. They're the angels that are built to dominate other angels.
So they're like the AVPs of like Heaven Incorporated kind of thing.
They're middle managers, yeah.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, they're corporate coming in. Yeah. They're humanoid. They have one pair of wings, a golden staff in their right hand, and the seal of God in their left hand. The seal of God is actually a talisman that is able to control every living being below them, including every angel below them. So these things are literally built to influence behavior. They could take over the mind and actions of any human and make them do anything, and any angel underneath them. Yeah, they're kind of like Agent Smith from The Matrix, I think. Like, they could just tap into anything's brain and change it into what they want.
As you can see, we've had our eye on you for some time now, Mr. Anderson.
For you programmers out there, they basically have a pseudo button.
And I was mentioning earlier that there's angels that have dominion over certain areas of the earth, almost like it's sectioned out. These are those angels. So there could be a dominion angel of Saskatoon that's laying judgment over all the bad moral decisions of the people of Saskatoon. So every time you people out there have decided to eat 2 eggs instead of 1, or have eaten shellfish, or worn a fabric with more than one plant making it up, or had sex outside of marriage, the Dominion of Saskatoon has its eyes upon you.
Or when you drive through that merged lane, but you yield for oncoming traffic, even though you get your own fucking lane. Yeah, you son of a bitch. That angel's coming for you.
To be fair, the Dominions don't actually get the time to judge people for that, because as soon as that happens, their soul, right to hell.
Right to hell, there you go.
Then they just become a husk controlled by a lesser demon that continues to do that.
Yeah, as soon as Henry Ford put out the first car, we're like, we need a new rule surrounding this.
Richard, do you hate that more than people who get to the top of the cloverleaf and then come to a dead stop?
Yes, I do.
Wow.
The cloverleaf thing, it's like, well, you don't know if the guy coming, like there is technically a yield sign, so you do technically have to yield.
Yeah.
And so if you need to come to a stop in order to yield because the guy coming is going into that lane, then, it is what it is, and that's just the reality. But no, when you get your own lane, fucking just go. Don't stop. Don't wait. Don't look over your shoulder. You just go.
Yep.
Yes. And next time you hesitate, Richard Bigley will be behind you. I don't care where you live.
You shall be smitten.
Smoted.
You have a front trunk in your vehicle, right?
That's right.
You and me both, buddy.
He could be keeping grenades and semen in that front trunk. You don't want him to bump into you. Okay?
And bees. Lots and lots of bees.
Yeah. Courtesy of our demon, who insists that there's an infinite amount of bees in hell.
It's true. There's a lot of bees. That's where all your bees keep going. We're taking them.
Oh no, that's why the flowers aren't blooming.
It's a punishment.
Okay.
Also, the claymore filled with cum was my favorite thing I ever made for Richard Bigley.
Oh, that was you?
Obviously.
Oh man,
where else are you gonna get a claymore full of cum?
Small world. I mean, small metaverse, I guess. Yeah.
Don't sue us, Zucker.
Zucker, be nice. Yeah. So these dominions, they don't act with humans directly. They prefer to manipulate other angels to interact with us. So they'll just grab a common angel and make them do what they want, or if they want to enact some kind of punishment, they'll just grab an archangel and throw them at us. They more bless from the shadows. The angel managers and specialists, the second class of angels, they work in heaven, but they aren't right beside the Heavenly Father. They aren't right beside God. The next are the first class of angels. These are the 3 angels that work right beside God's throne and personally with God. And this is where you get into Ezekiel, who took mushrooms and saw a bunch of shit in the sky and called it angels. But we're going to play along for this episode.
Truth.
So, the first one is thrones, or the Ophanium.
Ezekiel chapter 1. As I looked at the living beings, I saw one wheel on the earth beside each of the living beings with its 4 faces. The way the wheels were made, they looked like shining chrysolite stone. All 4 of them looked the same. They were made to look as if one wheel were within another. When they moved, they went in one of their 4 ways, without turning as they went. The wheels were so high that they caused fear, and all 4 of them were full of eyes all around. When the living beings moved, the wheels moved with them. And when the living beings rose from the earth, the wheels rose also. Whatever way the spirit would go, they would go that way. And the wheels rose close beside them. For the spirit of the living beings was in the wheels. When the living beings moved, they moved. And when the beings stood still, they stood still. And when the beings rose up from the earth, the wheels rose close beside them, for the spirit of the living beings was in the wheels. God, you think the spirit of the living being was in the wheels, guys?
Yeah.
Fun fact, it says chrysolite, and that is actually a peridot, which is the greenish colored gem.
They're
so
beautiful.
It shouldn't be golden, it should be kind of greeny color.
But are the eyes I just smoked a joint slow, or are they I've accidentally consumed way too much caffeine?
Well, these ones are anime eyes.
Do they all point in the same way, or is it like a chameleon
I think they might all point in different directions. It's said that they have hundreds of eyes on these wheels, and apparently they're human eyes, in some interpretations, and these things are fucking huge. Ezekiel said in that passage that the wheel went above the firmament. The firmament is basically the top of the atmosphere as far as the eye could see. So when things started to disappear high up, so these things could be as tall as mountains, peeking into the clouds, and are just covered in these eyes. And yeah, like the radio demon said, they are made of this greenish yellow stone. And there's 4 wheels within wheels. And each wheel has 4 wings. A lot of these drawings are miss the wings, but each one has. And a lot of these angels have weird things about wanting to cover parts of themselves up. So each wheel has 4 wings, but 2 wings are constantly trying to cover up parts of the wheel for, I don't know, privacy or something.
They're shy.
Yeah, they're shy. Yeah, they may also be literally metaphorical, metaphysical wheels for the God's throne, because they're depicted at the 4 corners of his throne. They're also described as elders, and there's apparently 24 elders surrounding the throne. So, positioned at the 4 corners, so God's throne has 24 wheels.
4 corners to my bed, 4 angels that are spread. 2 to foot, 2 to head. And 4 to carry me when I'm dead. Sorry, that's that's like something I nursery rhyme.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if that's like the angels you just mentioned.
Oh, maybe.
Could be.
I was thinking like tank wheels with like a tread around them to move the throne.
I saw a car that was designed to drive sideways, and it had wheels that were sort of like these throne wheels. The fire in the middle is also described as quote unquote terrible. Now, terrible at the time written could be taken as frightening. It could also mean numerous, or it could also mean both. Maybe it was a flame of many colors that was scary, or maybe it was just a scary flame, or maybe just, maybe it was just a terrible flame. Maybe they saw bad things happening within it, or the flame was causing bad things.
Maybe it just really sucked.
Just a really shitty fire.
Just really shitty fire. Like someone tried to light the fire in the camp, and they tried to do like the teepee formation, but it didn't quite work. So it just kind of smoldering off the left side a little bit. But someone still tried to make popcorn.
Everyone's got that smoldering smoke smell everywhere
Yeah,
now.
when
And it's just you ruin the camping trip.
Yeah,
Can't even
Yeah.
roast a marshmallow, so it's a terrible fire.
Yeah.
That makes sense, actually.
Because if there's one thing God's good at, it's making shitty things.
It's true.
Like humans. You all suck, and I hate everyone.
And the flesh-eating virus. Yeah.
No, we made that one.
Hell special. Oh yeah. And another thing I forgot to mention about that terrible fire in the center, it's even weirder. So like, apparently it takes it like switches, like you put a randomized button. Like, say you have a randomized button that picks a random animal that exists, and every second that fire will change into the form of a new animal. Like 1 second it's a tiger fire, then the next second it's a butterfly fire, then it's all the creatures and plants of the heaven and earth. That fire keeps on changing, still being fire, but changing to different forms that look like those animals. Also, Angel I'm going to mention a little while later, apparently the throne helps that angel. It helps cherubim store their soul inside of themselves. That's why sometimes there's a little fetus depicted in the center of these thrones. Apparently they're just doing their buddy, the cherubim, a favor by storing the cherubim's soul inside of themselves. So, are these thrones like the wheels of God's throne, and they're just containers for these other angels' souls, and they're just really like puppets? Or are they their own like sentient angel? Because they are known to go about and speak to humans and, like, do things. But is that them being puppeted by the cherubim's soul inside of themselves?
So what you're telling me is that the cherubim is, like, the pilot, and the actual, like, angel is like the mech.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you got, like, the mech being operated by the cherubim.
Yeah.
In the same way that a pregnant woman is just a flesh mech for a baby.
There you go.
It's almost like being plugged into the Matrix, but also you're alive in the actual world to fight as well. Because even though the cherubim's soul is inside of these thrones, and my favorite interpretation is they're just like puppeting these thrones, and these thrones are like celestial mechs. But they're also outside in their regular bodies, also fighting and doing separate things. So I wonder, like, can they split their whole soul in half, and it's like in both parts, or can they control their meat body from inside the throne as well as the throne?
So what you're telling me is that these angels are Horcruxes.
Yeah, could be.
Celestial Mechs is an awesome name for a band. Just
Yeah.
throwing that out there.
Fuck
That's
yeah.
good.
Even revival bands. You can steal that from us. Just pay me $6.
And 66 cents.
It's
To
true.
become one of our patrons, go to offpod. Correction, go to patreon.com/offpod.
It's fucking smooth.
That was good.
Hey, I'm good at my job sometimes.
Yeah, so these are used as a generator of blessings in some writings. Again, there's some like
I've
use
danced
of-
under that name. Sorry.
generator of blessings. I like that. And they're used as containers because, like, how the blessings are bestowed, according to some writings, is the cherubims reach inside the central fire and pull out these like rainbow-colored coals, and then they throw them at houses they're going to be blessed. And these rainbow-colored coals in midair changed into the blessings. I don't know, new sheep, or like they fixed the door, or whatever the blessing is. They have wings like ocean waves, and they have voices that sound like trumpets. That's just a reminder of how big these things are. Like, when they flap their wings, it sounds like the entire ocean.
So wait, you said there were trumpets. Like they just appear and you hear the trumpets, or
Oh, their voice sounds like trumpets. So, like, when they speak, like, everything resonates and it's high-pitched.
so
and
it's like
hurts your ears.
Timmy trumpet then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So were these like contemporary trumpets, like with valves, or is it like more like a valveless bugle?
I think it's more of a metaphor about how their voice sounds. Like,
They sound a lot like Timmy trumpet, though. You know, the
Who
bass
thinks
and
shut the fuck
speakers
up?
make the Beatles go to war. You know, it'll be like that.
yeah, when they speak to it, it feels like when the bass drops. Because, unfortunately, in ancient times, they didn't have techno, which is one of the saddest things I've ever come to realize.
Most likely, because this is from Ezekiel, so this is from the Jewish text. They're probably talking about with trumpet. They're probably talking about a shofar, which is a ram's horn that they use to call people to. Pretty sure it was
School
Robert
band.
Wagner.
Robert was a family man living in Mount Diablo outside of San Francisco. A disagreement with his team at his last job led him to climb the Devil Mountain to figure out what to do when he grows up.
And one day I had this burning bush type of experience where I felt the presence of something much bigger and greater than myself, and it brought me to my knees.
Next thing he knew, he got the call to come to Israel. And on his trip, he was asked by a fellow tourist to hold his souvenir shofar while he went to the bathroom. The next thing that everyone knew...
And out came the Israeli Defense Force wake-up call. And the next thing I know, there's 15 Israelis surrounding me with flash bulbs going off and cheers and applause. And then there was a 5.3 earthquake. It's actually documented.
After Moses died...
He caused an earthquake?
So he caused an earthquake by blowing a shofar. But that's what shofar sound like. Kind of. The first one was just brass. It was full of bullshit, but that's a shofar.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that's what these things' voices sound like.
Likely, something like that.
They like rattle your bones as they speak. Or maybe not.
Oh, like the Dune movie, like voice.
Yeah.
Like,
I think so.
Yeah.
Don't use the voice on me.
Yeah.
To temple.
All those whoop whoop things.
Yeah. It literally is like a coiled ram's horn that they play like a trumpet. So it's probably something akin to that.
That
Cool.
makes sense.
Because the first trumpets were all horns. Of some
which are like deep and resonant from maybe.
Pull it up. I need to hear it now.
Let's see what these voices sound like. So imagine like somebody doing a speak and spell using one of these things as like a medium. The next are cherubims. Now, when people picture a cherubim, they picture a naked baby, and that's because they were changed by the Italian Renaissance paintings. So the Italians looked at the descriptions of these cherubims in the Bible, and they're just like, maybe we shouldn't paint these like creatures with 4 different faces. Let's make them cute little naked babies, and they made them after these things called putti, which are these cherubim naked baby angel things, which are small plump male babies or toddler-like celestial beings. The actual version of cherubims are angelic beings with 4 faces. One of a man representing humanity, one of an ox representing domestic animals, one of a lion representing wild animals, and one of an eagle representing animals of the air, which aren't wild animals, apparently. They have a body of a lion. They have regular human feet, but the bottom of their feet, like the soles of their feet, turn into like brass hooves, almost like wearing brass, like human foot-shaped sandals, I guess. They grow out of the bottom of your feet.
Tap shoes, basically.
Pretty much. They have wings of an eagle covered in eyes, so their wings are covered in eyes, and they're surrounded by a bright fire of every color imaginable. And again, they have multiple pairs of wings, sometimes 4, sometimes 6, and they're often covering different parts of themselves up, for privacy or whatever. I don't know why they do it. At the Garden of Eden, a god appointed a cherubim to guard the entrance to the Garden of Eden. The Ark of the Covenant has 2 cherubim guards, also known as the mercy seat on the top of it, where God would apparently manifest to grant mercy to his followers.
Which is convenient because you just said the word followers, which is kind of like patrons.
Yeah.
And we need you to join our Patreon by heading to patreon.com/OVPOD. If you subscribe at the $6.66 a month plan, you can join the fan club of either me, Leon Vilger, Oud Gallifrey, Richard Bigley, or Sage Murray. You'll get a handwritten letter from us and a neat little care package. And definitely help out local media, ovpod.ca for all our stuff and buy our merch.
Okay.
Truth.
We even have shower curtains with the OVPOD logo on it.
I'm staring at our shower curtain with the OVPOD logo on it.
It's really epic, actually. Like, I really seriously want one. Do you think we can get one like a bed sheet? Do we have bed sheets?
Yes, we have.
There's bedding. Yes,
we have duvet covers.
There's very much. If you go look at our merch store, it's run by Threadless, and they have everything from phone cases to shower curtains to you can get skateboards made, I believe.
Yeah, I think bed sheets and
socks,
mugs.
Yeah.
Masks that aren't very good.
Yeah, don't buy the masks.
and like every kind of t-shirt available, different materials, V-necks, crews, jersey tees, etc.
Bunch of different colors. I even have the logo up there in white, so if you want it on a dark thing, you can do that. Like a dark shirt.
The first child conceived on OVPOD bed sheets will get a voucher for a trip to a petting zoo.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, when they come of age, gotta make sure.
Petting zoo of your choice, but no travel. So if you want to go to if
your
you're
local
from,
zoo.
Yeah, if you're from Germany and you want to go to Dallas, gotta get there yourself.
Yeah.
But that's $15 to get you in. We got you.
We'll cover that. We got you, fam.
Yeah, in any currency, as long as it's.
So the winner is the person who conceives a child on OVPOD bed sheets.
It's true.
I've already done that.
Yeah, it has to
I
be,
win.
Has to be proven.
It was on OVPOD bed sheets.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, it was on an OVPOD duvet cover that was on top of us.
Oh, okay.
So we were under a OVPOD duvet.
Well, that doesn't count. It's got to be on
come on.
top of
Yes, it does.
No.
What was the prize?
How, it was a
Petting
trip to
zoo.
the petting zoo, but how about for our patrons and or listeners as opposed to the fucking host?
Is your child
You
old
weirdo.
enough to emotionally prepare for a goat bite? Because if so, I will take them to a petting zoo.
Also, I'm looking forward to meeting your child when they are like 16 or 17 and be like, I know a story about your conception.
In fact, we can play it for you right now.
In fact, here's your dad saying the thing.
Aw.
Yeah, see, that's you inside his balls. Now you're inside your mom. That's
You're
how
gonna
that
get in
goes.
trouble.
Technically, his brothers and sisters are inside of most of us.
Do not
That
hire
is
me
fair.
for sex ed for your child. I will tell jokes. and
No,
I'll-
I've got the sex
You'll
ed
be
covered.
confused by the end of it.
I'm a competent sex educator.
I'm glad. And also, his uncle's Richard Bigley. So.
His uncle is Richard Bigley. His aunt and uncle are in this room.
Woot woot.
Oh yeah, angels. So these cherubim are God's personal guard force. They're like, think of them like the secret service of the angel world. You know, if the secret service had these multi-wheeled things that they store their souls inside of, and also puppet, and they surround the throne of God along with the throne. So the thrones are seated at the 4 corners of God's throne, and there's 24 of them. So I guess that's 6 per corner. And then between them are all these cherubs who are storing their souls inside of these thrones. And even though they're described as the personal bodyguard of God, they are described more as crafty and clever and intelligent. Like, they won't kill you with brute force. They'll kill you in a subtle and clever way if you try and enter or attack God's throne.
That's a Digimon.
It is. I believe that's the ultimate form. Maybe the Mega?
Right?
There has to be some kind of Digimon Pokemon clone for, like, super Christians, right?
Can you put... I know there's a Seraphimon.
Oh, yeah, there's Seraphim. Are we
Yeah,
there yet?
That's the next Digimon, actually. Actually, I'm
It's the next Digimon? Or is it the next angel?
Both, actually.
A little of both.
I believe Seraphimon is the leader of the angels, actually. Oh yeah, and these are the scared shy boys, the champion shy boys of the angel world, and also the most powerful angel. A seraph is a type of celestial or heavenly being originating in ancient Judaism. They directly translate into the burning ones, although the word that represents them could also mean serpent. Perhaps because the burning of a snake venom can produce. Maybe snakes are colored in a way that reminds them of fire, or maybe it's just a coincidence in language. But these angels are the most powerful beings aside from God. They are direct servants to God's throne. They tend to him. They empty his bedpan or whatever. I don't know what God needs. But they're right beside his throne. God's whispering in their ears, and they're the ones that pass the word down the line to all the other lesser ranks of angels.
This is Isaiah 6:1-8. King Uzziah died. I saw the Lord, high and exalted, seated on a throne, and the train of his robe filled the temple. Above him were seraphim, each with 6 wings. With 2 wings they covered their faces. With 2 they covered their feet, and with 2 they were flying. And they were calling to one another, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord Almighty. The whole earth is full of his glory. That's how they were calling them. At the sound of their voices, the doorposts and thresholds shook, and the temple was filled with smoke. Woe to me, I cried, I am ruined, for I am a man of unclean lips, and I live among a people of unclean lips.
Oh no.
And my eyes have seen the King, the Lord Almighty.
This is before the time of chapstick.
Oh no. The women also have unclean lips, but it's different.
They just farted and they said unclean lips, and I was just thinking, oh no.
Oh no, my lips, they're unclean.
Then one of the seraphim flew to me with a live coal in his hand, which he had taken with tongs from the altar. With it, he touched my mouth and said, See, this has touched your lips. Your guilt is taken away, and your sin atoned for.
Most powerful angel in the universe. Still needs tongs to pick up the coal.
Then I heard the voice of the Lord saying, Whom shall I send? And who will go for us? And I said, Here I am, send me.
What a pick-me bitch, eh?
I'm just saying, if you need tongs to pick up a coal, that whole battle with the forces of hell thing might go badly.
Right?
I like the queer themes throughout. It's always the rainbow flames. Ha ha ha.
Oh yeah, and like, they're literally like flaming. Like, that's their whole thing. They, like, the cherubims before were described as being like clever and crafty, and like if they were D&D characters, their high stat would be intelligence, wisdom, and dexterity. These guys are all strength. They are the barbarians of the angel world. And their power comes from literally their raw, burning love for God. They love God so hard, so perfect, so completely that anything that's in their presence is incinerated by their love for God. I've never
Feel
loved anything that much.
Sweet salvation all over your face. Yeah. God's sweet salvation.
Yeah. Like, you literally go up to one of these things' faces with a bazooka, and it's just like, well, I love God. And then you just, like, turn to ash. That's how it goes. Oh, and they're also, like Sage said in that quote, they're also super shy. They're somehow the barbarian burning, like, light signals of the angel world that can incinerate everybody with their love for God, but they don't want to show themselves. So they have 6 pairs of wings, and 3 pairs of wings, and 2 pairs of them are dedicated towards hiding their body. so only their little face sticks out. They don't want the rest of them to be seen.
I'm shy.
They're kind of like Boo from Mario then. Like when you look at them, he covers his eyes and stops advancing, but then you turn around and then he starts following you again.
Oh, 100%. Oh, the leader of the Seraphims is called Saraphael. I like that. Oh, Metatron, the record keeper, and he's a Seraphim. What's different about him is apparently he gets a little Cthulhu-esque and weird like the other ones. So, Metatron is one of these guys, but apparently under all those wings could be horrifying, because Metatron is said to have a tongue and an eye for every person that has ever existed. So, hey Google, how many humans have ever existed?
107 billion people.
So 107 billion eyes. A real necromancer could wreck shit. That's scary. So, yes, so 7 billion humans exist now. In total, in all of humanity, 107 billion humans have existed. So apparently, Metatron, or perhaps all Seraphims, maybe they're just mentioning what Metatron has because all Seraphims have this. He has 107 billion tongues and 107 billion eyes.
That's upsetting.
Very. I don't know how big he is. To like
Maybe the
have all
tongues
that
are really
underneath the
small.
wings.
He likes to watch, whatever.
They're just like, they're so small, they're just like their taste buds on your tongue.
Yeah. He's
Like
just
a-
a little bit bumpy.
Like a horrible greasy carpet. Like, except like it's like super microfiber. It's like so microfiber you don't even know how many things are licking you right now.
You're getting more and more years of hell every time you speak.
I knew what this episode was going to do. Oh, and also these are apparently their burning love for God gives them the power to understand God's secrets. So apparently these are the only beings in the universe that are able to know everything that God can know. Because even any of the lesser angels, if they knew all of God's secrets, their heads would explode. They wouldn't be able to handle it. But these guys can. They have a super iron reinforced brain that allows it not to explode when God tells them all the secrets. I don't know what those secrets are. They must be...
Well, it's probably intelligence that you want to keep from Satan, you know?
Yeah, and the
Troop
secret...
movements and whatever, that kind of thing. Research and development projects.
Yeah, the 7 secret herbs and spices. Yeah. All that.
11 herbs and spices.
Oh,
yeah.
fuck. See, the devil was influencing me, trying to keep me away from the herbs and spices. It's not going to work. They're sometimes accompanied by creatures called phoenixes. Not phoenixes. It's a different phoenix. It is a bird, but it's a bird with 12 wings. And also creatures called chocodri, celestial water snakes, also with 12 wings. These two animals that accompany these guys, right besides God's thrones, their full-time job is just to sing to God.
God is so fucking high maintenance.
He needs people singing. He needs personal servants. He needs
personal servants for his personal servants.
He needs Timmy Trumpet,
He needs 12 wheels on his bicycle.
Fun game. Pretend for a sec that the things that they're singing, which is that holy, holy, holy is the Lord Almighty, the whole earth is full of his glory, but it's sarcastic.
Holy,
because they've been doing it forever. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord Almighty. It's like whack. Stop it.
Am I detecting any sarcasm in that voice? No, Yahweh. Holy, holy, holy.
Whole earth is full of his fucking glory.
They'll get a day off in a couple billion years. That'll be fine. Yeah, so that's the top of the heap. So these angels that burn with the ever-loving love of their God, or love for their God, the Seraphims, they're the top of the heap, the most powerful angels. And like I said before, even they need tongs to pick up coals. So maybe they're not so different from us. I just like this topic. I thought it would make a good Christmas special. Show how even Christianity gets weird and Cthulhu-esque if you dig deep enough. So yeah, those are the 10 classes and powers of angels.
What about what kind of angel was Satan? Or Lucifer rather?
Lucifer was actually
Archangel, wasn't?
I'm pretty sure he was a dominion. I mean, the Archangels are pretty much just principalities anyway. They're actually pretty low down. Kind of lame.
Yeah, he may also have been he could have been a lot of things. He may have been a cherubim, because of his position, his description in the Bible, and like how he was described at being at the right hand of the Father before he fell. He could be an archangel because it's implied that Archangel Michael replaced him when he fell, and that's why Michael is destined to fight him at the end of time, is because Satan is a fallen archangel, perhaps the 8th archangel, now that there's only 7 left. Or he could even just be a regular angel. Satan was described to be the master of music in heaven, but not the master of like music played directly to God. So I don't think he was a seraphim right beside God's throne, but he could have been a cherubim, he could have been an archangel, or he could have been just a regular angel, I think.
So it's like when you listen to music, you have your 2 choices. You got the stairway to heaven, or you got the highway to hell.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, pretty much.
He did the first and then the second.
Okay.
Yeah, master of music and then the master of hell. I don't know. Seems like a promotion to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So from Occulta Veritatis, happy holidays. Anybody else want to give some season's greetings?
Happy holidays.
Happy Festivus.
Happy seasonal affective disorder for all who observe.
Word.
Yeah.
Happy Saturnalia.
Yeah. Happy turkey
Yule?
coma.
Well, at least Yule and then like Christmas. But what's the
Fröhliche Weihnachten.
Yeah.
Io Saturnalia.
Yeah.
Korean Christmas? Who knows?
That's in
Maybe not, so
January.
by then. Yeah.
Yeah. May Darkside Santa Claus. Krampus.
Yes.
May he skip your household, or if you deserve it, maybe he pops in. I don't know.
He takes children that are misbehaving, right? That's what Krampus is?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Right on.
There's a great American Dad episode about it.
Yes. Really good.
Yeah, it's really good.
I saw a picture of a lady demon that's the gigantic, and apparently she swats and punishes like naughty men and throws them in the basket on her back. But an artist depiction of her shows that the man in her basket is just pleased as punch to be in there, so maybe it's not so bad.
Yeah.
And on that note, if you celebrate, this is going to come out on Christmas, Merry Christmas, but if you celebrate anything else, do that too. You know, we're all inclusive here, so just stay out of the cold, hug somebody you love, eat some food. That's it for me. Have an angelic holiday season. I've been Ood Gallifrey from Occulta Veritatis, in studio with me.
Sage Berry.
Leon Filger.
Richard Bigley.
The Soundboard Demon.
Henry Chapman.
Geo the Void.
Happy whatever.
Yeah.
Happy whatever.
Hey, thank you for tuning in to the Christmas episode. Hopefully that'll tide you over for the holiday seasons, an hour of fun content. We'll be back on January 2nd with case 169, and you know, with a number like that, we're not going to pass up the opportunity to do a meme. And for our Patreon members, you'll be getting case 169 and 170. But playing us out this Christmas episode, we have Let's Get Pissed Again Like We Did Last Christmas, from Savage Henry and the infamous One Pounders. Henry Savage, thank you for giving us permission to use your tunes. Maybe we can have you on the show sometime. See you in the after show, where you can hear Leon reading out some new Patreon cult members.
Well, come on, let's go. There's ice and snow, and I'm half in the bag. And I think I just saw Santa Claus dressing up in drag. The season is upon us, and I've been saving up all year. I'm gonna blow my Christmas dough on prostitutes and beer. Let's get pissed again, like we did last Christmas. Let's get pissed again, like we did last year. I wanna spend the holidays in and out the holidays. Let's get pissed again, Christmas time is here. It's getting late and I can't see straight and I'm in a festive mood. But I can't go to the liquor store, 'cause I'm completely nude. Last night I saw the ghost of Christmas present and she said that I might as well just give her hell, 'cause next year I might be dead. Let's get pissed again, like we did last Christmas. this time is here.
This after show is particularly exciting because I get to introduce our new patrons. So I would first like to talk about why you should become a patron, and that is to support independent media. Now, what independent media means is that we're not owned by any corporation or news site or the government. We're completely independent, so we can say whatever the fuck we want, whenever the fuck we want to say it, and there's nothing anyone can do about it. So let's hear the names of the newest cult members. $5 per month level is pledged by Courtney Owl. Thank you so very much. Your donation is going towards upgrading our microphones, because right now we're working on some like $12 microphones, and we want to get some better ones so we have better sound quality. So thank you very much for your contribution. $6.66 per month is pledged by David Vallieu. Unfortunately, a member of Team Richard, but I forgive you. You are helping us purchase some mobile recording equipment so that when we go to the Royal Tyrrell Museum in Drumheller, Alberta, we can record dinosaurs, which is going to be pretty dope. Next at $6.66 per month and a member of Team Leon is Andrea Folster. Andrea, thank you so very much. You are helping us purchase some heavier duty boom arms for the new microphones that we're going to have. Jared upped his yearly subscription from $14.27 per year to $87.26 per year. That would be Jared Benson. So thank you so much, Jared. You are putting gas in our vehicles the next time we go into the field and do a recording. And last but not least, at $1 a month is Bones. Anyway, that's all I've got for the after show. Thank you to all our patrons. And if you're not a patron yet, please consider signing up. There are perks to it. For example, I will send you a little care package if you join Team Leon. And I believe Richard, Ood, and Sage have also agreed to provide a little care package if you sign up for one of their fan clubs. I guess that's it. Oh, it says here in my notes that patron member Jax is solidly Team Leon. So thank you, Jax. I really appreciate it. For the after show, I am Leon Filger. Good day.